Are you curious what $2 million will get you in Palos Verdes, California? Well, if so, then definitely check out this video. This is Ben Larson with the Larson Realty Group. My team and I help clients buy homes all over LA and Orange County, and of course here in Palos Verdes. So subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, so when more of this content comes out, you'll be notified about it and you'll be sure not to miss it. And hopefully it will help you. Feel free to comment, like, and check out the links in the description to find a buyer's guide specifically for this area. So now let's jump in and take a look at what $2 million gets you in Palos Verdes. So as I mentioned, we are going to go in and we're going to take a look at what you can get in Palos Verdes for around $2 million. So I pulled a list of sold properties that have sold just in the last few months that have been just a little bit below 2 million and just a little bit above. So that kind of gives you an idea in a range. And so I pulled those up on my website. You can go right into the description. There's a link to go search for properties if you want to check these out yourself. But for now, I'm going to show you what's there at the moment, just to kind of give you a sense of some of the different areas, sizes of properties, conditions, different things that you might get with these properties. So let's go in and take a look. Now here we are. This is the search I pulled up. I have Palos Verdes, which is 90275, 90274. Price point from 1.9 million to 2.1 million. And we're looking at single family homes, condos, and townhomes, because you can get townhomes up in PV up to 2 million. Depends on where they are, of course, and the size. And then anything that's sold basically at this point, it's just within the last few months of the time of recording. And so you can see on the map, just to give you a sense, it does kind of scatters the hill a little bit, scatters Palos Verdes, which pretty much goes from, right along this edge here over, this is Western over here. So you've got Eastview, Palos Verdes there, PV Drive East, PV Drive North, Drive West, PV Drive South. So you got Palos Verdes Estates over here. Rancho Palos Verdes is kind of scattered throughout. Rolling Hills Estates is mostly kind of through this range over here. But anyway, you can check out my other videos. I talk about all the different areas. I give you a tour around the whole hill. So definitely go check those out. But I'm taking a look at the map. Now let's go in and look at the properties themselves. We're going to start with this one. Let's just start. Why don't we we'll sort them by the lowest and we'll work our way up. All right, so I'm not going to go super detailed into each one. I don't want to bore you too much, but I'm just going to take a look at it. We'll take a look at a little bit of the photos. We'll go through the details of the property. I'll show you where it is on the map. This is Willow Tree Drive, sold for 1.9, 5 beds, 3 baths, just over 2,200 square feet. It is a single family, and we'll go down. I'll show you where it is on the map. The lot size is about 7,000 square feet for the lot. There's all kinds of things you can get. But what we're going to look at on my website, you pull it up, there's all kinds of information. But what we're going to look at here, just kind of where it is on the map. So it's in the Los Verdes neighborhood. This is Hawthorne Boulevard right here. Elementary School Vista Grande is very close by. Ridgecrest Intermediate, and then in PV, if you've seen any of my videos or you know PV well, you know you have a choice on high schools. So it just kind of gives you where it is in a sense on the hill. Take a look at photos. This one, they pulled the photos off. So unfortunately, we don't get access to a lot of the photos. That may be something we're running into more often. But anyway, you can get a sense. It looks like the windows have been updated. It looks nice from the outside. The yard's really well kept up. A lot of times you can get an idea from the description as well. So open. 2-car garage, marble accents, stainless steel appliances, stunning kitchen, says custom cabinetry. I'm not sure if it's recent custom, but gives you a sense kind of what you get with that one. All right. And we can go, and now we'll look at Moccasin Lane. So this one, Moccasin, is Rolling Hills Estates, 4 beds, 3 baths, almost 3,000 square feet. So pretty good size home. The lot, this one is in acres. You've got almost a half acre, which is a good, it's over 20,000 square feet for the lot. The last one was 7,000 square feet. So it kind of gives you a sense. This lot is 3 times as big. You're going to get that a lot more in Rolling Hills Estates. And the repair is cosmetic, so it does. This one does need some work. Kind of gives you a sense of where it is, why it's less than 2 million for 3,000 square feet with a 20,000 square foot lot, 20 plus. Gives you kind of a sense that it probably does need some work. We scroll down, we'll take a look at where it is on the map. All right, so actually we'll just scroll out a little bit. So you can see it here, very close to Rancho Vista Elementary, right around the corner. And then you're going to get, for the middle school, you'll go up here to Miralest Intermediate. You can see it's right on the border. So it is about as far as you can get from Miralest. So it just kind of tells you, but then a really nice benefit of homes in this area, you're super close to getting off the hill. You can shoot this way to the freeway, you can shoot this way, now you're in Torrance, Redondo's over here. So you've got a lot, it's really good access. All right, so let's go back to take a look at the next one. This one's Villa La Selva. So this is going to give you, this one also is a fixer repairs. It's, again, finding a decent sized home in a nice part of Palos Verdes under 2 million. A lot of times they are going to need some work. Depends on the size. It's 1,800 square feet. It's not as big as the others, but still pretty good size. And it's in Palos Verdes Estates. It's in Valmonte, which is a really nice neighborhood. I'll tell you why in just a minute. Again, only one photo, something that we're going to be seeing probably quite a bit of. But we know this one's a fixer, needs a little bit of work. Here we are. So this is the Valmonte area right through here. Again, very great location, really close. You get into Redondo, you got Torrance. Yeah, you can shoot right over to the freeway. It is a little bit west of the freeway, but it also gives you a sense of the schools. We've got Silver Spur Elementary. You can see it's right on the edge of that, but that is the elementary school. Then you're going to go to PVIS, Palos Verdes Intermediate School, for middle school, and then choose for the high schools. But gives you a sense on that one. Valmonte, PV Estates, it is a little bit pricier in that area. And so just get a sense. Lot size, this one's just over 7,000 square feet again as well. Example there. Verde Ridge Road. Yep, we're going to be, it looks like we're going to be stuck with one photo in most of these. So you can see it probably has been painted. Looks nice from the outside. This one's 4 beds, 3 baths, just over 2,600 square feet. So it doesn't say anything about being a fixer, needing work, almost around 7,000 square foot for the lot size. You're going to see that 7, 8, 9,000. It's very common in some of the more tract neighborhoods of PV. Beautifully updated residence. So it's on a cul-de-sac, so a couple major benefits there. Just kind of get a sense of where it is. So again, it's in the Los Verdes area over here off Verde Ridge Road. There you go, Vista Grande again, Ridgecrest Intermediate, and then the 2 high schools. That kind of gives you a sense of it. I can zoom out to see where it is. This one's a little farther, on the hill. So it is going to take a little bit longer to get to the rest of the South Bay, a little bit more to get to the freeway, things like that. So definitely things you need to account for that area. All right, so now let's go down. We're going to take a look at Carriage. 2321 Carriage, 4 beds, 3 baths, just over 2,300 square feet. This one, figured try the photo. This one's going to give you for 195, updated, remodeled. So it is telling us that it's had some work done. Pretty good size, just over 2,300 square feet still, 4 bedrooms. It's a nice size. So it is updated. It says quartz countertops, shaker cabinets, stainless steel appliances. So the kitchen looks like it's pretty nice. Probably has some other nice updates as well then. So it gives you a sense in that area. And I'll show you where that one is. So that one is, I figured for the price, you can see where it is here. This is in a Larga Vista neighborhood. Zoom in, it's this little neighborhood. Here it's just a small little pocket. Rolling Hills Estates before you get up the PV Drive East, and then turns into Rancho Palos Verdes. So that's kind of what you're going to find. You'll get more for your money here than you will in Palos Verdes Estates, like the Valmonte area that we talked about. But still, I love this area. I think it's very, very desirable area. And I mentioned location-wise, very convenient. So this one's over a half acre. So you're pushing 25, 30,000, not 30,000, but you're pushing 22, 25,000 square feet on the lot. So it's a good sized lot. But when you see good sized lots like that, like with the other one we saw, a lot of times there are hills involved. It's not all usable. So it's definitely something to check out. Okay. So yeah, you can see where it is. You're pretty close. You go right up the hill to Miralast Intermediate. You're really close to Dapple Gray Elementary. And then, of course, the 2 high schools. But that gives you a sense on that one. And you can see freeways right here. That's for PV. That is just about as close as you can get, really. So very convenient freeway access for Palos Verdes. All right, Long Hill. So this one, we're going up in price. So you can see this seems to have had some nice updates. That looks like it's the edge of the kitchen there. Yeah, it looks like it might be coming over into the open great room. 4 beds, 2 baths, almost 2,000 square feet. Long Hill, this is in Rancho Palos Verdes, RPV. Just over 8,000 square feet. That's the, in this neighborhood, you're going to get that. It's more of a tract neighborhood. I'll show you exactly where it is. But as we go down, let me take a look at the map. So yes, so here we are in Long Hill. It's right up here, right off near Silver Spur. This is where, if you're, like I said, you get a choice of the high schools, but if you're right here, Penn High is very close. And then you got Soleado Elementary is right there as well. And then Ridgecrest Intermediate is Ridgecrest. Close by. That'll be the middle school. You can see it's pretty centrally located. You've got the mall, you got everything up here. So it's nice having a lot of those amenities. I used to live right over here. I loved living in that area. So very, very convenient. And there's more in that area now than when I was there even. Not bad getting to the freeway. You head over here. It could be worse. When you're over here, it's harder. You're kind of in the middle. So something to keep in mind if you're looking in that area. All right, Rousseau. So we got 4077 Rousseau Lane. This is in PV Peninsula. So you might notice that's not Rancho Palos Verdes or Rolling Hills Estates or some of the cities I usually talk about, Palos Verdes Estates. PV Peninsula is technically LA County. It's unincorporated LA County. So it's, the county sheriff, all you don't go through any specific city in PV. Things are done through the county. They're not quite as restrictive on certain things. So some people do like that about it. Doesn't change a whole lot otherwise. Still PV schools, which is one of the main draws that people are coming here for. Show you a good location. Well, we'll give you the details. 3 beds, 2 baths, just over 2,000 square feet. So you can see, now we're at a 3-bedroom for around 2,000 square feet at 1.95. Some of the others we've been looking at were pricier. So you can see lot-wise, a little bit bigger, almost 10,000 square feet. Thoughtfully designed living space, modern kitchen, sleek counters, updated finishes. So it's had some updates, gives you a little idea of the condition. And then you can see location-wise, again, pretty centrally located. You can get right up the hill here. And then you can still shoot to the freeway or get to Torrance or Redondo pretty easily as well. And so it's, zoom in a little bit, you can see where it's located there on Crenshaw, right off Crenshaw. So I don't think it's close enough where you're going to get too much noise. There's pretty big canyons and hills that are protecting it. Rancho Vista is the, oops, scroll out a little bit. Rancho Vista is right here. That's the elementary school. And then you're going from here, you're going to go, back up over here to Miralast, just like you do from Rancho Vista. It feeds into Miralast Intermediate. I'll give you an idea there. All right, so this one is 30520 Santa Luna Drive. It's sold for $1,970,000, 4 beds, 3 baths, almost 2,700 square feet. You got a nice driveway going up. Got a lot of space there. Just over a 1/4 acre. That's pretty good, bigger than some of the other ones that we've seen. So it's probably going to get you 11,000, 12,000 square feet in the lot, so a little bit more than the others. Let's see, updated, remodeled. So it says, that's just what the agent determines. So, it can be more, sometimes means more updated than others. I'm not saying this one isn't, but it's just something to take into account. But gives you a sense of what that size of home will sell for, and then showing you where it is. So this is a different location. So Santa Luna is over here in the Mira Catalina area. You got Mira Catalina Elementary. You're going to have Mira Last Intermediate, and then they can choose from Palos Verdes High or Peninsula. So you can see this is an area that's pretty decent access to the freeway. You kind of got to wind around a little bit to get down to it. But you can also, PV Drive East, and you're shooting up into Lomita, Torrance, that whole area. So that's something. And obviously you're very close to the elementary school, which is always nice. All right. So last couple, we're going to check out this one in PV Estates again. So price-wise, we're getting up there now. We're over 2 million. It's only 3 beds, only 1,600 square feet. So you can see how that changes. I mean, we're barely over some of the others that were 2,000, 2,600 square feet. So PV Estates definitely has a higher price tag on it, and the lot size is just over 8,000 square feet. So good size lot, but not as big as some of the others, quarter, half acres that we've seen. But that just gives you a sense. I don't know, what does it say? It doesn't say remodeled, updated, but yeah, beautifully renovated kitchen. I figured with that price tag, that square footage, probably in pretty good shape. You're not going to get anything remodeled, typically much below 2 million in that area. So it does have, a grassy backyard. And then of course, location wise, pretty good location, PV Estates. You're getting a little bit, this does get you a little bit away from the freeway. As you can see in PV, probably about as far away as you can get. If you're out this way, you might be even a little more isolated. Not far from the South Bay though. You can shoot right around here to Redondo pretty easily. But getting to the freeway, it's going to take at least 20 minutes. You're probably most times 25 to 30 minutes getting to the freeway from here. It's in Lanada Bay. Sorry, shoot over here. So it's in Lanada Bay. That's the high school, PV High. Penn High is here for the high schools. You're going to have Lanada Bay Elementary, and then you're actually going to be very close to PVIS, PV Intermediate. So gives you kind of a sense where that stands location-wise. And so now we have Palos Verdes Drive East back into Rancho Palos Verdes. In this area, you are going to get decent-sized lots. The home itself, you can tell, is a pretty good size as well. We're now 4 bedrooms, 4 baths, over 2,700 square feet. And we just saw a home that was 1,600 square feet for a little bit less. So shows you, the different areas. This is the area considered PV Drive East. It's on the east side of the hill. Something like this, I would imagine, probably not updated. This has a detached ADU. Whether, I don't know if that's permitted because, it's because the square footage is a little bit more. So maybe that's an unpermitted ADU. I don't want to say it is or isn't, but always something to take into account. Air conditioning, solar tubes, sunrises. So so it doesn't mention being updated. So at that price, I would assume for almost 3,000 square feet that it is not. But that gives you an idea. If you're okay taking on something that needs some work, for just over 2 million, you can get almost a 3,000 square foot home with an ADU, whether it's permitted or not. It's still extra space that you're going to be able to use. And it even says here, ocean and city living. So may have an ocean view. So something to think about looking at it location wise. Now it's going to be convenient to the elementary schools, Dapple Gray. The middle school is going to be Mira Lest, and then of course the 2 high schools. So neither one of them are super close, But yeah, you got to go down and around just to get up here to, yeah, Penn High's there. It's not showing up on the map right now for whatever reason, but it's there. And then PV High is right over here. So that gives you a sense where it is in relation to those. So a couple important things to think about as you're looking through all this. Obviously, location is a big deal. Prices are going to vary depending on where you are and what location-wise for you. What's important getting into the South Bay, getting over to the freeway. I have a couple videos I've done if you wanted to go check those out. One of them's right here on the screen. That's going to give you a sense, a little bit more of the area itself, but definitely check out my other videos. I take you tours all over Palos Verdes. So hopefully you find that helpful and you found this helpful. Be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so when more of these videos come out, you'll hear about it. And that's all for this one. Thanks for joining.